On April 7th, 2018, Pet Simulator 1 was released, and Pet Simulator basically spawned the simulator genre, so with that came a ton of clones. And I mean literally hundreds of clones. And the style of simulator where you hatch eggs and then progress through areas basically became the norm for years. But just like every genre on Roblox, it eventually changed and came a new style of simulator that looks a little bit like this, where you basically hatch eggs, except instead of progressing through areas forward, you go up, and you can get more jumps based off pets you have, and you can buy more jumps. And there have been a ton of simulators that started taking this exact style, where instead of progressing forward through areas, you go up. But at the end of the day, it's still the same idea. You hatch eggs, you collect pets to get stronger so you can progress farther. And this has pretty much been the norm for quite some time, until an even newer style of simulator came along, which is probably the most simplified one, and in my opinion, the worst one so far. You literally just click until you have enough strength, or whatever the in-game currency is. In Lumberjack Simulator, it's strength. So you can then fight these guys, and if you beat them, then you get wins, which you can then use on hatching eggs, and eventually you want to get enough wins so you can go to the next area. It's the same idea. All simulators basically follow this rule. You have to do something to then hatch eggs, which help you do that thing faster, which helps you progress farther. That's basically how it has been since the dawn of simulators. But now we have a new genre of simulators that doesn't follow this rule, and I am positive if you guys have been on Roblox, you have seen this simulator. And this simulator is Souls RNG. Now, honestly, this game is so different from an actual simulator that it may just be spawning a new genre called RNG games. And this game has broken 100,000 players frequently. Like, it has the average players that Pet Sim 99 has. All you do is you go down here and you click roll, and then it rolls a random aura. That's what they're called in this game. They're called auras because, as you can see around me, it's an aura around me. And basically, they don't do anything. There's no powers. You can't destroy anything. You can't do any animations. It's literally just a little thing that's around you. And then it has how rare it is above your character. And that's literally the entire game from my understanding. You cannot do anything with the auras. It's literally just to see who has the rarer aura. And people play this game for hours and days and weeks. It's crazy. As you can see in the top right here, Frank Lego Dude has 1.6 million rolls. It is absolutely insane. And don't get me wrong, some of the auras are cool. For example, this guy has the Undead Evil aura, and I think it looks pretty neat. He's like floating, he has red wings. It's pretty cool. But what I don't understand about this game is just the point of it. No hate to Souls RNG. It's a cool looking game, and I mean, people clearly love it. I mean, it has a ton of players constantly. People like the game. But for me personally, I just don't understand the point, because in a normal simulator, you have some sort of purpose, which is usually you grind for a currency, you then use that currency to buy pets or hatch eggs, which then have a chance to give you really rare pets, and those pets aren't just for cosmetic like it is in this game. In normal simulators, those pets actually help you progress faster, but there's no actual progressing in this game. And if you are some kind of Roblox developer or have any experience in developing on Roblox, you'll know this game is extremely easy to make. Most people could make this exact game, not counting the actual like aura animations, but everything else could easily be made in less than a week, the entire game. And I'm not saying that bash the developer for this game. I'm saying it because it has actually spawned new clones of this kind of game. One of the most popular being made by Hazem, who made Please Donate. And if you don't know what this game is, you're honestly in for a bit of a treat, because probably one of the coolest RNG ideas I've ever seen. And it's made by Hazem, so you could expect that. Also, I apologize if his name is pronounced Hazim or something. I don't know how to pronounce it. I know he's not from America, so there could be some accent you have to say it with. I apologize. But his new game is called Player RNG. And as you can see, it's the same idea. We're on a simple map. There's a roll button at the bottom. bottom. And with the name Player RNG, you could probably take a guess as to what you do in this game. And if you guess that you roll players, you'd be correct. This game has access to the entire Roblox database somehow, and when you click roll, it'll give you a random person's user ID. And the reason I think this game is cool is you can actually try and roll like your favorite YouTubers or developers, anyone popular on Roblox, and they will actually have a different tag. And you can actually look them up with the search bar over here. So if you want, the link for this game will be in the description, and you can type in your username and see how valuable your account is. For example, if I look up the Headless Noob YT and we click search, you can see I'm legendary because I have a low user ID, meaning I was one of the first 5 million people or 50 million people to make a Roblox account. I have badges on my account. I have over 1,000 followers, and you can see each thing gives you a certain amount of stars, and if you have a certain amount of stars, that determines what your rarity is. So if we look up like the official Roblox account, you can see it's the #1 most rare. The user ID is less than 10, has over like 10 million followers, 10 million place visits. It's an administrator. As it's worth 390 stars, so it's exotic. It's the rarest thing you can get. And another cool aspect about this game is once you roll, whoever you get, you can click the backpack and you can actually churn into them. So if you roll someone like Creekcraft, you can literally churn into Creekcraft in the game. Now again, this is the same idea as Souls RNG, so there's basically no purpose behind doing it other than the sole fact of wanting to get cool looking things that are rare. That is it. And now you might be thinking, that's only 2 games. How is this a new genre on Roblox? How is this spawning a new era of simulators? Well, there's a third one. And while this third one isn't actually public, it is in development, and it is just showing how many ideas there can be for this kind of game. Like, it is literally so crazy. Like, if you have a unique idea and you know basic scripting skills on Roblox, you can make a popular game like this. I mean, this was made by Hazem, one of the most popular developers on Roblox. He literally made Please Donate. He's easily one of the richest developers on Roblox ever. So if he thinks making this kind of game is a good idea, it's probably a good idea. And as you can see on my screen, we have the new RNG game that currently isn't out yet, and honestly, the logo's pretty much a copy of Player RNG, but it's not about this actual game and whether it's well made or not. It's the fact that it's a good idea. It's a place RNG. So games that were made a really long time ago, really popular games with a certain amount of visits, players, active players. Like, there are just a ton of factors that can go into a game like this. Just like Player RNG took in badges, followers, creation date, this place RNG can take in a ton of factors as well, and it's the same kind of thing. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below on this new style of simulator. Do you think it's gonna keep expanding? Do you enjoy the actual games? Or would you rather that simulators stuck to this idea of hatching eggs and then progressing through areas? Obviously, games like this are the better, more well-made game. You can only go so far with the other two. With really any kind of RNG game, you can only go so far unless they start actually adding some content like mini games or something you can do with what you roll. Especially Souls RNG, you can't really do anything with the aura. Would be cool to maybe have them have powers or something where you can shoot something out. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.